Greetings, St. Paul's, and blessings on this Monday. Today, the church celebrates the feast of Henry Martyn, who in the 19th century was a missionary to India and Armenia. He died when he was 31 years old. But before that, he had gone to Persia and India, and he was one who translated both the prayer book and the scriptures into Hindi and Persian. The psalm appointed for his feast is Psalm 98, verses 1 through 4, which I share with you now. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. With his right hand and his holy arm has he won for himself the victory. The Lord has made known his victory. His righteousness has he openly shown in the sight of the nations. He remembers his mercy and faithfulness to the house of Israel, and all the ends of the earth have seen the victory of our God. Now, here's where I'm going to make a very big leap, and I'm going to try to make it in the smoothest way possible. So, Henry Martyn was a missionary to India, the place where Christopher Columbus thought he had arrived when he arrived in the land that we now call America. Over the last week, we have been observing, particularly here in the state of California, Indigenous peoples. And it is because of that using the work of Holy Names University, who put together a study on the indigenous tribes that lived here in the Bay Area long before our European and African ancestors arrived, that the Diocese of California and its congregations have been developing land recognition statements. And Bishop Mark developed one for the Diocese of California as a whole, and different congregations have done so for their particular locations. I have developed one using that resource for St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and I wish to share that with you now. We would like to acknowledge that St. Paul's Episcopal Church sits on the traditional lands of the Muwekma Ohlone people and pay respect to elders both past and present. Long before St. Paul's was here, and even before the city of Oakland got its name, this area was home to the Ohlone. The Ohlone still have a presence today in Oakland and throughout the Bay Area. The present-day Muwekma Ohlone tribe is comprised of all the well-known surviving American Indian lineages aboriginal to San Francisco Bay region, who trace their ancestry through the missions Dolores, Santa Clara, and San Jose, and who are also members of the historic federally recognized Verona Band of Alameda County. The aboriginal homeland of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe includes the counties of San Francisco, San Mateo, most of Santa Clara, Alameda, Contra Costa, and portions of Napa, Santa Cruz, Solano, and San Joaquin. Let us acknowledge with respect and reverence the Muwekma Ohlone people who have stewarded this land throughout the generations while not forgetting the colonization of this land. St. Paul's, continued blessings to you all. May you find God's grace mighty to save, and the Holy Spirit a source of power, wisdom, and strength to meet the challenge of this day and the days to come.